أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Intention for learning Arabic. We need to learn Arabic in order to understand the Quran. The Quran cannot guide us or act as a reminder for us if we do not understand what we are reciting. Learning Arabic will also help us develop khushu in our salah. Salah, prayer, is a form of direct communication between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. However, we are not really communicating with Him if all we are reciting is some sounds that we have memorized. Salah is an obligation on the Muslims. Therefore, we should strive to perfect it. When attempting to learn anything related to the Quran, we will start with the beginning of a verse from the Quran, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala promises us that He has made the Quran easy for remembrance. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in chapter 54, verse 17, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ, and we have certainly made the Quran easy for remembrance. And there is a dua that you can recite for knowledge, which is Rabbi zidni ilma, my Lord, increase me in knowledge. Let's look at the alphabet. How many letters do we have in English alphabet? And do you remember what the consonants and vowels are? So in English, we have these vowels A, E, I, O, U. Likewise, in Arabic, we call alphabet حروف الهجاء. In Arabic, all the letters are consonants. So how do letters make sound then? By adding vowel signs called حركات, and the singular is حركة. So these are all of the حروف الهجاء, the Arabic alphabets. Let's look at Hamza. The Hamza is a weak letter, very ill. So sometimes it needs a chair. Sometimes it can use the following letters as chairs. Alif, as you can see at the end of Iqra, Hamza is sitting on Alif. You can also see Hamza sitting on the Waw, as in Mu'min, and on the Ya, as you can see in the name Aishatu. And sometimes Hamza feels healthy and can appear by itself. As you can see at the end of Asma'un, you can see Hamza is sitting by itself on the floor. These are some of the vowel signs in Arabic, and they are called harakat. As you can see here, this is the dhamma, and the sound of dhamma is like an U. This is fatha, and the sound of fatha is a. And this is kasra, the sound of kasra is like an e. Let's look at these examples. As you can see in this one, kutubun, which means books. You can see that on the letter kaf and ta, we have a dhamma, kutubun. Qalamun is an example where we have fatha on qaf and lam, qalamun, which means a pen. Kitabun, you can see this means a book, and we have an example of kasra on the letter kaf at the start, kitabun. Then we have the double vowel signs, which are called tanween. Dhammatani is the double dhamma, and the sound is un. Fathatani are the two fathas, and the sound is an. Kasratani are the double kasras, and the sound is in. These collectively are called tanween. Let's look at some examples. Kutubun. You can see that we have a tanween on the last letter ba, and that's called dhamma tani, kutubun. Qalaman, we have a fathatani at the end on the letter Mim. Qalaman. Kitabin. We have a kasratani at the end on letter Ba. Then we have some other signs. As you can see here, we have something called sukoon, which is like a circle that is found on top of the letters, and it does not have its own extra sound. And then we have this W shape, which is called the shadda, and what it does is it doubles the letter. Let's look at some examples. Example of sukoon is here on baytun. Baytun means a house. And where can you see the sukoon? On letter Ya. And here when you say baytun, you can see that the Ya does not have its own haraka or anything like that, and it doesn't make any sound. But what we do is we connect the previous letter Ba Fatha to the Ya and we say baytun. Okay? Then we have an example of shadda, as you can see on the letter Kaf in the middle. Sukkarun, which means sugar. Sukkarun. Now let's open these letters up and you can see we have the first letter starting from right to left, Sin. Then we have a Kaf Sakin, then Kaf with a Fatha. Then at the end we have Ra with Dhammatani. And as you can see, when we opened the Kaf up, the Kaf Shadda up, we have within it two letters, two Kafs. One is with a Sakoon and one is with a Fatha. So you see, this Shadda, it doubles the letter. In each letter that is with a Shadda, for example, if you have Ba Shadda and on top if you have a Fatha, let me write it down. Right? So within this Ba Shadda Fatha, we have one Ba Sakin and the second one with the Fatha. Okay? If it's, for example, Ba and then Shadda and then a Kasra, then this means within this we have the first Ba Sakin and the second Ba with a Kasra. And if you have, for example, Ba, then Shadda with the Dhamma, it would be, if you open it up, it would be Ba Sakin, then the second letter would be Ba with a Dhamma. So what the Shadda does is it doubles the letter. Then we have the letters of elongation, which are called Ahruful Mad. So you can see, in order to stretch the Dhamma to 2 counts, we place a Waw Mad afterwards. Okay? And the sound will be like an Oo, 2 counts. Then along with the Fatha, we have Alif Mad, which makes the Fatha 2 counts longer. And the sound is like an 2 counts. And this Ya Madda, it makes the Kasra 2 counts longer. And the sound is like an E. Let's look at some examples. Buyutun, which means houses. And you can see here we have letter Waw just after the Dhamma, and it's stretching the Ya Dhamma, and you can see we made it 2 counts longer. Buyutun. Then we have another example of Alif Mad. Kitabun. You can see this Alif Mad is coming right after the Fatha and it's making it 2 counts longer. Then we have Sarirun, letter Ya, which is coming right after the Kasra and it's stretching it for 2 counts. Sarirun. So the words are called in Arabic kalimat. Letters are called huruf, and that's the plural. And singular, a letter is harf. So the huruf, letters, plus harakat, the vowel signs, that equals to a kalima, a word. So what makes up a word? Letters plus vowel signs that equals to a word. Huruf plus harakat results in a kalima. I will show you an example here. We have huruf, right? Kaf, lam, mim and ta marbuta. And then we have these vowel signs, fatha, kasra, fatha and a sukoon at the end. When you combine these together, you get kalima, a word. Whenever we speak, what are we using to form speech? We're using words. So, a word, kalima, is a part of speech.